Hey guys, I was like a minute late because I tried to remove a background that was in StreamYard. I think I did that when I was doing my little New Year's Eve party. So, first of all, let me get my hands washed. Okay, I'm working on some bread right now. Hold on. What time is it right now? 11:17 California time. So, we just had a pretty huge earthquake. Honestly, I look calm right now, but I was screaming. Hello, replay viewers. How is everybody doing? I'm located in Fontana, California, so that's about 50 miles east of LA. I don't know if they felt it in LA. I was on the phone with my sister, but she was driving. So sometimes when you're driving, you can't feel it. I haven't heard from my cousin, Effie. She's like me, afraid of earthquakes like I am. She's more petrified than I am. I get scared when it's big. So, Bessie, thank you for coming in, honey bunch. I know you're in Arizona. I don't know if you felt it over there, but I have a feeling it's over here by my neck of the woods because I'm sitting on the couch talking to my sister. Joe's getting ready to go to the gym, right? Because we've been recording all morning, right? I have a camera right here. We've been recording for the different channels. And I sat down and I felt that jolt like that. I'm like, oh, okay, uh-oh, right? Uh-oh. And then it was just like, bam, like a truck slammed into the house and it was, oh my God, oh my God. I screamed. I screamed. I wish the camera was going. I would have put it out there. If the camera was going still, I would have put it out there. I screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. Jada woke up. The dogs were running. Joshua woke up. And they're like, yeah, we felt that one. So I checked on Jory and Esther. They're okay. It jolted Esther awake also. They said it's 4.7. That's the initial thing. Sometimes it gets downgraded as they figure it out. Sometimes it gets upgraded to a higher number. But whatever it was, it could be a 2. I don't care what it was. It shook me. It shook me. I'm scared. 12 people in the chat, please like the video. This is going to be a live that I'm going to leave up. I do have a video that's going to come out, I think 4 o'clock today, on how I showed you how I made the chicken soup. I made the chicken soup because I have a short on it. So what I'm doing is trying to record my long form and my short form at the same time, edit both of them, and then link them back to each other to see if we could do better at YouTube, right? I'm not really afraid until they shake that big, Bessie. When they shake that big, I start to pray in English and Spanish. And I don't even know Spanish like that. So let's hope another one doesn't shake because Barbara gonna embarrass herself on this live. So I took off my ring. Joe got up and he made some baguette for me this morning. This flour that we have from Costco right now is so darn heavy. My God, what did they do to this flour? I'm gonna go to a different Costco and buy another sack because mothers, you can't do nothing with this. So I wanted to talk. We're gonna come back and talk about the earthquake as people come into the room, but I wanted to talk about the Katt Williams interview that he did with that guy Shannon. What's his name again? Shannon Sharp. So I didn't even know who that guy was. Shannon Sharp. I guess he's an ex. Bessie will correct me if I'm wrong. An ex football player, right? And I think he was doing like sports commentating at some point. He's never been in my feed. Don't know who the cat is, but he came up in my feed yesterday because of Katt Williams. Because I follow Katt Williams. I like Katt Williams. Okay, so near the pool, I always looked and see the water squishing. I remember when the one happened in Northridge, Bessie. We were in our condo at the time, and I looked through because we were near the window, and I looked through the window, and our van was doing this like it was on an ocean. I was like, oh my God. I screamed and cried on that one too, child. I have no shame. If I'm scared, I have no shame. So comment below, especially the only one. You guys, the other 14 people, are you bush watchers or are you talking and I just can't see you? Is Bessie the only one talking? I'd like for you guys to participate. So Katt Williams, I guess, went to sit on that guy's couch to get interviewed because a bunch of comics went there recently and they're telling a bunch of lies, according to Katt. So he went to set the record straight. I don't think he's doing any projects right now. Bessie, is he doing any projects right now that he went to go promote? Because I didn't hear him promote anything. So the guy went back into Katt's life as a kid, and he's had a pretty interesting life. He is smart. You guys, can I just say, I love smart people and I love kind people, people that are generous, right? And he's both. He's both. So I know he's had a lot of controversy and he's been to jail, not prison. People don't know that there's a difference. When I hear people say, "Oh, Trump gonna go to jail," it's not jail, it's prison. That's different. Jail is where they house you when you are waiting for your trial. Prison is where you go to serve your time after you've been convicted. And so, and I think jail sometimes too is like for minor things. They hold you there in the drunk tank, stuff like that, right? So he's been to jail, I want to say 30 times, I think he said. So many felonies, but nary a conviction. And he said it's because he he stays with a pow pow. You guys know what that is, right? Don't put that in the comment, okay? Don't put what it is in the comments. And he says, I'm always have it for my protection, so I'm always get in trouble because of that, right? So the guy brought up different comics like Steve Harvey. I don't like Steve Harvey. I used to love Steve Harvey when he had that show, the Steve Harvey Show. But along the way, I've learned to really dislike that man. And I think it happened after him and his second wife divorced. Oh, you guys, I see you now. Hi, Lindy. Oh, only one more came in with Bessie. Hi, Lindy. Katt had a December 23 Netflix show as far as, okay. Okay, so he had a show in December. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Lindy, how are you? And where are you watching me from if you want to share that information? Yeah, so he talked about Steve Harvey. I don't like Steve Harvey, so I was there for it. And he said that Steve Harvey stole his jokes. I think something to do with a spaceship. I think that's the joke that Steve stole from him or whatever. I don't know what the joke is, but other content creators have looked at the videos and said, yes, the clips are the same, right? And you know, over here, we don't show other content creator stuff because we don't want to get in trouble. The only person stuff that I would ever show would be Do Not, and I would ask him permission first. But I can't show stuff when I'm live anyways, especially when I'm in the kitchen cooking something. So then he said that Cedric the Entertainer, that's another one I've never liked. At least I've liked Steve in the beginning, but I never liked Cedric the Entertainer. I don't think he's entertaining. I think his jokes are dry. I can't stand that licking of the lip thing all the time that he does. For the same reason I can't stand Kevin Hart. There's a lot of these comics I don't like. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And so, who do you like, Barbara? I like Sherry Shepherd. I like Fluffy. I like, what's the white guy named? Gary Owens. I like that Filipino guy, Joe Coy. You know, there's a few that I like, right? So, anyways, Cedric the Entertainer came back. He should have just drank water and mind his own business. Cedric should have, because he came back on his Twitter or whatever and said, I'm still a joke. I've had that joke since 1909. Yada, yada, yada. I believe Katt Williams because he's not known to lie. Point blank, period. Then he talked about Kevin Hart. He dragged Kevin Hart. He kind of dragged Martin a little bit too because he was supposed to do like movies with Martin, like police cop type movies. And Martin just wanted to do movies where they were going to wear a dress. And he said pretty much in Hollywood, which we already knew this, that industry is really, really sick, as well as the music industry, as well as the gospel industry. Anything that has to do with corporate, to me, I think is kind of shady, right? So from Frisco, Texas. Hey, Texas in the house. Hello, hello, hello. I used to go to Killeen, Texas, and we were planning to live in San Antonio, Texas back in 1983, but it didn't work out. So after a month, we bounced and came to California. So what I'm doing here with the baguette, I can't get the loaf longer than the pan, and that way it's shorter and kitty corner is a little bit longer, so I can go a little bit more. Okay. But mother's this flour heavy. Better not make my bread come out bad. So then he talked about that woman Wanda Smith, not Wanda Sykes. Go to my channel, Bear Pantry Talk, and subscribe over there because I'm going to edit a video right when I'm done with this live, and I'm going to post it later this afternoon at that channel. I had another video to put up. Honestly, I had another video to put up because I want to put videos there Wednesdays and Fridays, and I already put up one Wednesday. So I had a different video to put up, but because this is trending, I'd be a fool to wait till next Wednesday to put this up. That's stupid, right? So, anyways, he talked about that Wanda Smith, how she really set him up because she was going to interview him about different things and then brought up his time in jail and all this mess. So that one entertained me, and I talked about Wanda Sykes in my video. I talked about Wanda Sykes. All right, so go watch that video when I post it later. I'm really trying to post things at all my channels because I don't know which one is going to succeed for me this year, but I know one of them will succeed. Joe's channel, my husband Joe's channel, Hello People Joe here, is taking off. He only needs a few more watched hours to get monetized. Oh my God, that's been a dream of his all year, all 2023, and now it's coming to pass, you know? Hi, Edmund, watching from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi, Edmund, how are you? Yeah, they like to say Holly weird, but I don't say that because for that, if we say that, Bessie, then we have to say that about the gospel industry. They're weird too. They're all perverted, as far as I'm concerned. So I tell a story too about when Jada was little and went on an audition. But I'm go watch that video when I put it up later. I'm trying all my channels over here. So Edmund, you didn't feel the earthquake just now, right? Because sometimes it kind of wafts all the way to Nevada and all the way to Arizona. Yeah, so I really liked, I had an insight into Katt, right? As a child, he was just a voracious reader, loved to read. I was like that. But I didn't read as many books as he read, child. So he was raised Jehovah's Witness, and he didn't like that strictness of that religion. So pretty soon he parted ways and left. Where was he born again and raised? Ohio. Left Ohio and hitchhiked. Well, he took a ride with a trucker back then and went to Miami, Florida. Why? Because he wanted to get away from snow and cold. And he said he had a fight with his father, and he was getting his butt whooped. And so the guy said, Shannon said, so your dad was an abuser? And he says, I didn't say that. You know, Shannon kept trying to put words in his mouth, and I think it's because Shannon doesn't listen. I listen when people talk, so I know what they said and what they didn't say, right? And then he said, I told you it was an altercation. And he goes, oh, so you won, so you were leaving? He goes, no, I didn't say I won. That's that man's house, and so I left. And so he said he was worried about his younger brothers. One was about 5 and the other one was in diapers. And I think he went to the police to report what happened. And they said that it would be a whole thing. And he didn't want that for the family. So he just tried to figure out how he could keep the boys safe, his 2 brothers. And I think that's why he's helping so many kids right now. He adopted a bunch of kids. So he adopted like 7 kids, right? Hi, Julie, darling. You didn't feel it? Julie, we had a big earthquake. I was scared. I screamed and screamed and screamed. It was 4.7. Girl, it was scary. I think it was probably right here down the street at Walmart. That's where a fault line is. That fault line has been active since December. Yeah, so he said that when they would go on their Jehovah's Witness mission or whatever to Haiti, that he would be the one that knows how to speak Creole. And Haiti doesn't speak the kind of Creole Belizeans do. We speak broken English, they speak broken French, right? So he would speak that broken French. He would know how to read and write French. And he was the one that took care of the hotel stay and the food and the this and the that. And he was like a little, between an 8 and a 12-year-old kid at that time when all these things were going on. So he's very brilliantly smart, right? He's rich. I didn't know he was that rich. Girl, he rich. Sherry Shepherd be knowing a lot of rich people because Fluffy is rich too. Gabriel Iglesias, he rich. So Joe was saying that he lives like a low-key, not a flashy life. But I think he has all the comforts. You know, he said something, and I think Bessie will understand this. He said something. He said that there's nothing that he hasn't wanted that God hasn't given to him. And this preacher that I used to follow would always say, be careful at what you stare at, because whatever you stare at will end up inside of you eventually. And he says, if you stare at the hamburger, the chips, the milkshake, you know, whatever it is, it's going to end up inside of you. So you want to stare at healthy foods. And he says, likewise, don't stare at your friend's wife. You see where this is going? So Kat says everything that he looks at or says he wants, God gives it to him. And he has to be very careful because maybe it's something he didn't really even want. And he says, it just comes to me naturally. I'm just blessed. But I feel like he's blessed because he's a giver. So he's giving that money for that lady, Melba Moore, to get her star on the Walk of Fame. I think me and Joe should go down to that event. Can anybody go, or do you have to be invited to those type of things? Do you guys know? When people are getting their stars, can anybody, like a fan or something, just show up? I'm not a fan of the lady. I barely know the lady. I've seen her and stuff, right? I barely know anything about her, I should say. But he said that lady's been on the list forever and she couldn't get her own star because you need money. I guess you need people to sponsor you. And they were going to give him the star. And he says, no, I don't need it. I'm already in the Hall of Fame for comedy. So I don't need that star. So give it to her. She's been on the list long before me. And it's only money that's stopping her. And he goes, it's only money. Then he said something else. Yeah. Hi, Christine, baby. He said something else. He said that why he doesn't go to the strip club is because if he goes in there and that woman is stripping, he's going to say, hey, after tonight, you don't have to strip no more, right? What will it take to get you out of this life forever? What will it take to stop you from being and he said hoe, but he said with the R, right? And, some of them women's are not hoes. Some of them are just stripping, working, you know what I mean? But that's the way he looked at it. And he said he would give her the money to get out of that lifestyle, set her up and not even have to mess with her. I was like, wow, I love people like that that will give you and you're not on the hook with them after that. You don't owe them nothing. And it seems like that's the kind of giver he is. It was a really, really good interview. Of course, a lot of the people he didn't like, I didn't like, right? And it's just, their lives or whatever. Like, I don't like Steve Harvey because of what he did to the second wife. And I don't know how he gets to write a book about think like a lady, act like a man, and tell you how to be in a relationship when he's in his third marriage. Child, let me write that book. I'm in one marriage for 37 years to one man. Been with him this year, July, gonna make 40 years that me and Joe are together. We have kids in the family that were babies when Joe came into this family. I know they act like, oh, we don't like y'all. Whatever. Did specials when I was growing up. Okay, so they're Broadways. I recognize her face, Bessie, but it's not somebody that I'm familiar with. Hi, Hazel. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And you guys know that I'm working on something with my Poda Bun, and I'll be able to like do a reveal real soon, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks from now, when everything is set in place. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I don't want to talk too much about it right now because sometimes when you talk about things, you kind of kill it. So we have to be careful. So yeah, that Katt Williams thing really, really touched my heart. I watched that interview twice. I rewinded several segments of it because I wasn't sure if he was talking about Wanda Sykes, and I have my own thoughts on Wanda Sykes because I've actually seen her up close. I didn't meet her, but I've seen her up close, and I didn't like her presentation. But you guys can go see that at Bob's Bear Talk later today. I got to go edit that video. And I think a lot of those comics are going to try to circle back around on that couch and try to clear their name. But no matter what they say, I'm not going to believe them. Just not going to believe them. You guys see what I'm doing, right? I'm just rolling it like a towel. Yeah. So it's Friday the 5th. Oh, today's my friend's birthday. I got to call and wish him a happy birthday. He was going to have a party tomorrow for his birthday because he turned 60, but he's not going to have the party till the 27th now. He had to get things together in the way of the catering and stuff like that. So I'm going to go to a party at the end of this month instead of tomorrow, which is good because it's cold. To me, the Katt Williams interview, the first viral video of 2024 with millions of views. Oh my God. Did you see last night when I went to bed, it had 12 million views. I'm sure it has a bajillion more. So Joe's like, how much money is that guy getting? And I said, well, I have a video that has 1.3 million views over time. It didn't happen right away. And that video paid out almost $6,000. So $6,000 times 12 last night, that's more or less what he's making. But he's making more than that because he chopped the video up into segments and he released each segment. Like, what did Katt Williams have to say about Kevin Hart? What did Katt Williams have to say about Steve Harvey? Those are separate videos and they all have 2-3 million views. So he's getting monies off of those too. So I'm sure he's going to rake in a good couple $100,000 this for the month of January. He's going to get paid February. The guy I'm talking about, the guy that owns the YouTube page, right? He's going to get a good paycheck for February 21st. I wish that was my paycheck. You don't cover your dough? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do cover the dough, but I'm not going to cover it until I set them up together and get the cloth. Thank you for asking, Edmund, my darling. And I put a little bit of flour on top when I do the baguettes, but I don't know what it's for. I think it's for garnishing. So what I'm doing, Edmund, I'm putting both of them on top of the stove, but the stove is not lit yet. But I might go ahead and light the stove because I need the warmth for this to come up right away. I didn't eat breakfast yet, but I think I'm gonna I might make one of those chopped up sandwiches that I made that one time. Because I have vegetables chopped up already, and Joe has some ham off to the side here. The ham that Sandra gave Joe money for. I was looking at this camera for a second. So I can't put it inside the oven because I'm gonna light the oven. Ooh, ooh, ooh. These are all cloths my mother-in-law made for me, and they're stained, but I can't get the stain to come out. Let me get this grease out of here. Joe always got grease in the oven like an old Belize lady. And then I'm gonna switch up. I see something down below, like something spilled that somebody cooked. That's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna smoke up the house. Come on. Okay. All right, so we're gonna light the oven to 450. Not 450, 400. That's gonna get the house warm. Oh, child. It is still cold. It's about 62 right now inside the house, but we still haven't turned on the heater because I still can't get past what the gas company did to us last year when they said they had limited commodities to offer us. And so they were going to quadruple their pricing, not double, but quadruple. And my poor aunt got a bill for like $800 for 1 month. I got one for 600, but because I'm on the care program, I ended up paying like five something. And then the next month was the same thing. And the next month, it was 3 months of that, guys. That by the time we started January 2023, it was bad. We started 2023 in debt because of the gas company. And so the kids, Joe and me and the kids decided we're going to try to see how long we can go without turning on the heater. Of course, when it gets into the 40s and stuff, we're going to have to turn it on. But for right now, we're living off of the fireplace. We're doing a lot of baking and cooking to keep this part warm. And then when we go to bed at night, we have tons of blankets. We dress in something warm, and we have electric blankets. And that's how we've been getting through the nights. The dogs have their blankets they cover up with. And then the next morning is when I suffer the most because it's cold when I get up in the morning, but I just have to keep dressed warm and get in here and start cooking. Or I start to sweep. The house is not even dirty, but I'm sweeping because the sweeping motion gets me warm. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yes, Cora is still afraid. She's trembling in her bed. Oh, you do? You do? Okay, so it's not too dry here, so it's not going to cause any problem with that. Only needs about 20 minutes to half hour to rise, and well, normally when it's warm, but because it's a cold day and the house is cold, it might take a little bit longer, but that's why I'm turning on the oven to let it feel the heat underneath, right? And you know what? My oven has a proof. My oven has a proof button, and I've never ever used it. I have to Google or YouTube it to see how to use that. Do I just press that button and give it a set time? What do I do to use the proof? Anybody ever use their proof? It also has a warming drawer, but I knew that because when I bought it, I wanted a warming drawer, which I've never used. What do I have in there? Two cast iron skillets. That's what's in the warming drawer. Yeah, they didn't give us any warnings. The dogs didn't give us any warnings, Bessie. But when the earthquake shook, they ran out here to be next to me and Joe. Of course, I was screaming like a fool. And then Cora went back into her bed and she's like all the way in the back. She has like a little cave that's in that room. She's all the way to the back of the cave and hiding underneath the pillow. Wednesday, she's unaffected now. She's on her bed, sprawled out normal. Yeah. I'm gonna go check and see. You know, somebody made this shirt a long time ago. I think Joe went to the indoor swap meet and the people ironed on this thing on my shirt, but it's lasted for a long time. And I really wish that I, would have the money to invest into things like this if people would want to buy. But Joshua says you don't have enough subscribers that would want to buy your merch, Mom. They would want it for free. And I would love to give away merch for free. Child, you see how Joe wear them wheelsy things all the time, right? So I would love to give away merch for free, but I can't afford to. But soon, this is the year. This is the year. I'm definitely throwing videos at every channel that I have, even the channel that's not monetized. And by the way, that one is Babs Bear Talk, and I'm loving those videos that I'm putting there because I'm talking about other YouTubers, but I'm not bashing them. These are YouTubers that I actually like, and I'm talking about things that they go through. I don't think I'd ever be bashing a YouTuber because, we're in the same industry. So it's like, why bash? Just talk about the things you like or things that's happening to them. You know what I mean? Did Carla make it in? Jasmine! Jasmine! Happy New Year to you too, Jasmine. Thank you for the money that you sent. We're going to save it because it has the Queen's face on it. And if we try to put it in the bank, they're going to take so much fees that's not going to be worth anything. So I'm going to save it. I have, I think, like a dollar bill, maybe from you before. And I'm going to save it because pretty soon it's going to be the king's face on the money, right? So these monies are going to be worth something eventually. So I'm saving it, okay? Lindy, see, you get it. You get it. See? I like the idea of having it. The stove costs more because of it, but I've never ever used it. But you know what? I'm going to try to start using it. I'm going to try to start using it. You know, I made a really, really amazing chicken soup 2 days ago. We still have leftovers. And I think that's what we're going to eat again today, child. We got to do what it do. Sandra, you working? Girl, look, I told him in the beginning that you gave Joe the money to buy this ham and we still enjoying this ham, girl. Sometimes he don't want to share his ham. You got to talk to your brother. Tell him he got to share. Didn't they teach him how to share when he was little? He said, no, I want to give you guys my good ham. No, he shares it. He shares it. Oh my God. I wish I could turn on the burners. Oh, I feel it. I feel the heat. Yes. Yes, it's coming up. It's coming up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wanted to use some of this bread to make some croutons because I love eating chips, right? But when you buy chips from the store, it has all kind of stuff in it. And Joe can't always get green planting to make our own chips. And then chips are fried, right? But this bread is baked. So if I can roast it and make, cut out a piece and put the oil and make croutons, that's what me and Joshua will eat to replace chips. And we grab like 3 big pieces of croutons and it's like, okay, I'm satisfied now. I don't need the chips again. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I only made 2 and I think there's no bread in the house, so they're going to want it as bread instead of croutons. Yes, I got all kind of channel. I got all kind of channel. I got Bear Pantry Talk. I have Babs Bear Talk. Thank you, Bessie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And my problems with Amazon is finally over. Oh my God, that was a nightmare. I hate to say this, but if something like this ever happened with me on Amazon again, I'm going to lie and tell them I didn't get the product. It was too much stress to go through. I'm going through something with the county right now, and it's been a walk in the park to do. The people have been pleasant. They call you. They text you. Whenever you see it, you do anything with the government and they text you to tell you that this is ready, go do this next, go do that next. My word. My word. If you guys want to donate to the show, go ahead and donate through my Cash App. It's $ Bear Pantry Show. I will use the money to put towards a permit that I just paid for. The permit came to $205. Somebody already donated 50 towards it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they don't want to be called. They didn't want to be called. But they donated $50 towards that permit. and it was 200. It was 199 plus a $5.46 fee. So $205 for the permit. It only lasts a year. Every year I'm going to have to renew it if I want to keep it, and then I still have to do another permit for $22. But that's going to come up later. Yeah, so that's if you want to donate to the Cash App, okay? If you know you want to put money towards that permit, do not give it to super thanks, super stickers, super chat, super whatever YouTube want, because YouTube will take 30% of that and I won't see it till next month, February 21st. So if you wanted to help out with that, you can donate any amount, $1, $5. You see that fee? That fee was $5.46. Maybe somebody wants to cover the fee for me because the fee made me cry. I'm like, what a $5.46 fee for what? Just for you to process my card? I thought the credit card industry said that we're not allowed to do that. When we had our shop and we would get paid with a credit card, we were not allowed to charge the 3% plus whatever that they took from us. That was illegal. We could get in big trouble if we did it. How are these companies doing this? How are they charging you a fee to use your credit card when the credit card company and the government says you can't do that? You know? Hi, Diane. How you feeling? Diane says she's battling something respiratory. So you guys keep Diane lifted up, okay? Because, you know, we're not whippersnappers anymore. I think once you jump 35, your body changes so much inside that we don't even realize that we can't fight off things that we used to fight off under 35. You know what I mean? So Joshua says, don't say that because he's about to be 35 in June. So Joe went to the gym. I'm gonna start going to the gym with Joe. I really need to get some weight training involved, or else I'm gonna start to get decrepit soon. But I'm not gonna go in January when everybody else is going because it's after the holidays, and it takes 21 days for any kind of habit to be formed, good or bad. So I'm giving those people 21 days before they quit, and then I'm gonna start going. You're hanging in there, Diane, girl. We're gonna lift you up in prayer. Diane been with us for a while. I got this coat. Oh, I forgot I made a little short. I made a short or a reel or whatever with me showing off an outfit I was wearing yesterday. But I got this jacket from Jada. Her friend Dean gave it to her, and I begged her. If Dean's watching the show, Dean, I begged. I'm like, I love this. Feels like the Matrix or something. It doesn't have a hood, but it has like a what do you call this if it's not a hood? With a lot of collar going that's droopy because keep your neck warm. So it has neck warmer. I'm thinking that maybe, just work with me here, maybe I could put some press studs because I don't want to do buttons and cut it. I don't want to cut it. But I need to do something. Velcro? Something where I can like close it sometimes, right? So the oven is ready, but the bread is not quite there yet. But it's okay because we're going to keep this warmth going. Okay? So if you want to, go watch that Katt Williams interview. It's called Katt Williams Unleashed, Shay or something like that. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes long. It might be too long for some people. It was perfect for me because I was editing a bunch of videos while listening to it in the background. And then when I heard him say something alarming, I would go, wait, what did he say just now? And I would go back and rewind it. And it definitely broke the internet. And I feel like there's more revelations that's going to happen this year. I feel like we're not done with TD Jakes yet. I feel like he'll step down eventually. And I never get shocked when things come out against preachers, though, because I'm like, The preacher that I used to like to follow, Mike Murdoch, I learned a lot from Mike Murdoch, and I really, 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 really loved him. But to me, he became a horrible person when Trump got into office because, you know, a lot of those preachers were like behind him. And I can't see how you can be such a good man of God and be behind this man because this man is nothing good. That's just my opinion. And I say that about all the narcissists in my family too, so don't come for me. And then later, he got married to a really, really, really young person. Like, I don't think that person's more than 35, if even. And he's like almost 80. And I'm like, damn, you couldn't find a woman of a particular age to marry, though, a young girl from Brazil or somewhere in South America. I'm like, couldn't you like help her differently? You know, if she needed her papers, couldn't you sponsor her or whatever? It's like, why? I'm like, I lost all respect for him. So nothing shocks me about these preachers anymore. Yeah, pleasant greetings is Bessie. Bessie, do you have a wrench at this page? Because I noticed like if you use your different handles, maybe the handle didn't have a wrench, but I think that handle has a wrench, right? So did any of you see the Katt Williams interview besides me and Bessie? Sandra, did you see it? If you didn't see it yet, I can send it to you. It was a mess, but I loved it. I love messy. Oh my goodness. So I have a video that's going to be released, I think 4 o'clock today with the chicken soup. Really nice video. What I've been doing with my videos lately, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, is I don't show up on camera. Sometimes in my past videos, I would sit on the swing and narrate what I did. This time I'm just doing straight voiceovers, and at the end you might see me taste the thing. And I'm going to do it that way for about 30 days, all through January. And then we're going to see if those get any more views because I don't know what people want from me. I can only cook so many things. And if they don't want it to be like where I'm up here jibber jabbering and cooking at the same time like I did with the baguette, and they just want straight up tutorial, then I'll do that. It'll be easier for me. You know what I mean? Um, at Babs Bear Talk, we're putting fun little short videos about other YouTubers, things that I'm watching. We're never going to be bashing these YouTubers. But I will, if they're doing something negative, I'll talk about it like, oh, why are they doing that though? I hope they changed from doing that, like that. And then at Bear Pantry Talk, we're talking just everyday life situations. Like the video that I'm preempting, the one that was going to go up today is called Have You Ever Heard the Voice of God? Right? And I share with you what God shared with me at the start of this year because he doesn't do anything without telling his prophets, but I don't always need a prophet to hear from him because I listen and I can hear from him. But I'm going to preempt that video to put up this Katt Williams one because it's trending. Child, YouTube is a business. You got to make it do what it do. Sometimes when something is trending, you can make a good $70 off that video. You know what I mean? You do have a wrench at this channel. You watch some of it. You saw parts. Okay. It's long. It's long. And you know what? The guy broke up the video into segments. So if there's a certain person you don't want to hear nothing about, you can go click on another video and get the short little segment. And it's all over TikTok, and a lot of content creators are talking about it. Donat talked about it. I watched his segment, but he talked about what it's like to audition in Hollywood. And we know, child. Our kids were on the little audition scene when they were little. Joshua and Jada. Jory wasn't interested. What else? I think Nosy Ho talked about it at great length. So a lot of bloggers are talking about it. So I'm getting my take from their point of view to on certain things and getting clarity on some of the things they're saying because they will look up other videos and stuff like that. Yeah, pleasant greetings to you is my friend Bessie. And she's been a mod here for a while. I have got some great moderators right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me, for promoting me, and for protecting me all the time. That's true proof of love. If you want to promote somebody, with everything that they're doing, they come and they tell you their dreams and you don't knock it and you say, oh my God, that might actually work. How can I help you with this? Right? That's promoting. And then providing for that person, that's a part of promoting too, right? And protecting. Nobody can say nothing bad about the people I care about, and I won't speak up and go, hey, that's not true. You know what I mean? So I think Katt Williams even talked about some comedian named Earthquake, said he was illiterate and couldn't read and write and all that stuff. And, what can you do about that? It is what it is. But I guess these people keep getting shows and then they can't read the scripts, right? So, and speaking of earthquake, we had an earthquake. We had a baby, eats the boy. It was 4.7 so far. And I'm going to go check to see. Do I have my phone? Let's see where the earthquake was. Okay, let's see. Earthquake. We're going to wrap this up so I could edit. Earthquake in California today. Magnitude, they dropped it from 4.7 to 4.2, 12 miles from Rancho Cucamonga. Where's that at? Why don't you say where it's at? This reporting said 4.7. I don't know when this one happened. It said there's a magnitude 6.0 earthquake in Antelope Valley. I don't think that's what we said. Somebody sent me a cash app. I just made it go away. I didn't know what that was. Hold on. Uh, just now. I hate that they say 12 miles from Rancho Cucamonga because is that Fontana? Because Fontana is about 10 to 12 miles away from Rancho. 2.9 miles from Yosemite Lakes. Show me where it is. Wait, there's a map. Hold on. I feel like it's us though. Child, this map ain't saying nothing. This map ain't mapping. Anyways, you guys will see it on your news, I'm sure. Because it shook. It shook. Barbara was screaming. So let me see who sent me a cash app. I'm not gonna say how much you sent, but let's see. I knew it had to be you. You're always a giver. Thank you. Thank you. It's one of my beautiful mods. Thank you so much. That will go towards the 50. So that's already 75. Yes, yes, yes. And I have to pay that bill on February the 1st. I was hoping that I could pay for the thing today, which is the 5th, because my credit card starts over on the 5th and I wouldn't owe that money till March 1st. Child, they were like, you got to pay it now because you only got a 24-hour window and you at the end of this 24-hour window, girl, we trying to work with you. We trying to get you this thing right away. You pay for this thing now. Oh. So I had to pay for it yesterday. Julie, I did not escape paying that thing yesterday. You know I was trying to avoid that email. They texted me, girl. They're so sweet though. They're nice. They were really nice. Mrs. Woodard's. I know. It was a free show for real, for real. It was a free show for real, while roasting people who needed to be roasted. Just my opinion. I don't hate none of these comics. But there's just some of them that I don't like. I don't like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is just stingy. First of all, he's not funny. He's not funny. And he cheats on his wife. I mean, ugh, that's so gross. I don't like cheaters. He's not funny. He cheats. He's made a lot of money and he never ever gives. I don't like non-givers. Give and it shall be given unto you. Isn't that what I put here? Good measure, shaken together, pressed down. I always think about that when I mess with flour, right? I don't like Steve Harvey. I think he's too cocky. Oh, they even talked about the fact that Steve Harvey was bald when he was wearing that wig on the Steve Harvey show, the one that was the TV show. And they said he stole the idea from Mark Curry because Mark Curry was on that show hanging with Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper was a teacher that was trying to get with the principal, and Steve Harvey's show was the same thing. They said he stole. They say he constantly steals ideas and jokes and stuff like that. But it's so funny to me that he supposedly, allegedly was going bald, and he wore a wig that was a whole wig. They said, and I hear there's pictures out there on the internet to show. I'm like, stupid. Nowadays, bald is nothing. You just shave off the rest of it, right? And you look sexy at that point. And Joe doesn't like Steve Harvey either. He's like, he's just too cocky. He just acts like he knows everything about relationship and he's show off because he's made some money and he's on Family Feud and who cares? Even when he's on Family Feud, his jokes are stupid. He pretends too much, yeah, and goes on like a country bumpkin, right? So these are people that I don't like. I don't like Cedric the Entertainer. I never thought he was entertaining. They said he has that name because he was supposed to sing, dance, give jokes, do everything, act. He can't do none of the above. How do people who can't do none of the above have these titles and get all this money, right? And we're over here with talent galore. Everybody in here can sing except for Josh. Josh has a beautiful baritone voice, but he tone deaf, all right? Jory can sing too, but child, I put him to sing when he was little and he shook like there was an earthquake and he vowed never again, never again. But everybody in here got some kind of skill or talent and we ain't getting no richer for it. And the Bible says your gifts make room for you. Come on. It's the exposure that we don't have though. So you watch the timeline? I gotta go watch his response. I didn't see his, I only saw Cedric the Entertainer's response. I didn't watch the other responses before I came live, but I'm gonna go watch Ricky Smiley one. There's a lot of these people that I don't like. It's like they're not funny, you know. By the way, Sherry Shepherd's gonna be at what beach? Redondo Beach? I think it's Redondo Beach. God. Redondo Beach on the 3rd of February. I think it's Redondo Beach. I saved it. I don't think I'm gonna go though, because it's like $69, I think, for 2 tickets. But you have to pay fees on top of that. And that's a lot of money with what I'm doing right now, what I'm trying to bring forth. Let's see where it's at. I know I saved it. I saved it, guys. Right here. I think it's Redondo Beach. This theater is not saying anything. Yeah, Redondo Beach. At the Performing Arts Center, Redondo Beach, California, on February the 3rd at 7:30. And it's Two Funny Mamas. So I guess Kim Whitley's gonna be with her. But this is not something that I'm feeling. The arena is too big. And I don't like going in crowds like that. I like the small, intimate setting better. He said he auditioned for the Money Mike role, yet in his video, he said he shot the role in 4 days. Oh my goodness. So he's lying because Katt got that role and Katt changed that role. Remember, he said they wanted him to bend over and be graped, and he said no. Mm, they lying. They have male weaves. And I don't knock people, men or women, who has to wear a toupee or a wig, child, because my hair has been long all my life, but my hair has always been thin. And now that I've gotten older, it got thinner. And there are two things that made my hair get thinner. One of them was that Depo-Provera shot that they give you as contraceptive. You have to get it every 3 months. I took it twice. So I took it within 6 months twice, right? After Jada was born. And that thing made my hair fall so bad that my hair was super long, like way past my butt. And when I went to the salon, I got this really cool gay guy that was taking care of me, and he taught me a lot about my scalp and my hair that day. And he pulled his fingers through my hair, and Joe went next door to Radio Shack. And when Joe came back from Radio Shack, there was a lot of hair on the ground, and I didn't see that, right? Because I had my eyes closed. And Joe goes, "Did you cut her hair already?" And the guy goes, "No, that's all dead hair that's loose on her scalp." I freaked out. And he says, "What are you taking?" And I told him, he goes, "Get off of that." So I contacted the company that made that shot, right? Didn't contact my doctor, the company. I'm like, "Does this thing cause your hair to fall?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, people have reported some temporary alopecia." I'm like, "Alopecia? The hell?" I quit right away. And then years later, I did Atkins, which is kind of like keto, but worse. Keto, at least you get to eat some type of carb, right? Atkins is just vegetables and meat, and you have to watch the vegetables too. You can't eat no carrots. I did Atkins for 14 months and I lost 100 pounds. I'm grateful for that, but I lost a lot of my hair again. So anything that you kind of mess around with, another thing that was making me lose my hair was the aloe vera drink that they sell in Walmart. They used to sell at like network marketing or whatever. And this girl came and signed me up for it, and she was morbidly obese and she lost a ton of weight, and I was losing a ton of weight with it, but I was losing my hair. And then I had another friend that was breaking out with acne. And I remember calling my friend and go, "Are you having trouble with this drink?" And she goes, "Like what?" And I said, "I'm losing my hair." And she goes, "I have acne." And I said, "Well, that's not so bad." And she goes, "What the hell? You can wear a wig. What am I going to do with my face? The acne is severe." And so we contacted the girl who signed us up. She was from a church that we used to attend. And she goes, "Well, yeah, it has those side effects, but you're losing weight." I'm like, "Buy. I'm buying that again." So you have to be careful what you take, because some things will let you lose your hair. Yes, please. Please, 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 please. Send me the links, Mrs. Woodards. Send me the links and I'll screenshot them. If you want to put a link in here, I think it'll allow you. Sometimes YouTube will block you. You want to send it to my email? My email is bearpantryshow@gmail. BARE for bear, pantryshow@gmail.com. Send it there and I'll click on them and go watch them in a little while I'm editing, because I don't think YouTube will allow you to drop a link in here. Sometimes they think you're spamming. Only my mods have that power to drop links. I found my little cup. I was gonna make these cups for sale, and On the back of the cup has the recipe for Belizean fried jack, right? The ingredients and the method, because it's a breakfast thing. And the recipe calls for 1 cup of flour. And this cup actually measures a cup. So this would be your measuring cup to make the fried jack, and then you could drink your coffee or tea out of it. This is such a great idea, but I never launched it off the ground because I don't think people are going to buy merch. That's my main thing. I'm not trying to down myself. But why am I going to buy somebody's merch? I want somebody's merch for free. You know what I mean? Well, guys, we've been here, what, 50 minutes? We don't want to beat a dead horse. Thank you, guys. What's her name? Mrs. Woodards, if you got that email. Sunday. Okay, today's Friday. All right. You working, babes? Stay safe, you know. Don't let them people work you too bad. All right. Mrs. Woodards, the email again is bearpantryshow@gmail.com. Send me them links, please. I want to see them. Bessie, Christine. Who else was in here as a mod? I think Sandra's a mod, right? Thank you for popping in and working this with me. Diane, feel better soon, love. Edmund, thank you for always coming in. Jasmine, please say hello to Clem for us. Tell him Happy New Year. Lindy, thank you for coming in and speaking up. I really appreciate you guys speaking up. Like the video, share it out for me. And I'll see you guys later this evening with a video premiere. I think I have it set to premiere. God, I hope I have it set to premiere. I know I have it set to release at 4. The videos are so short now, I might not premiere them. Okay? So I'll see you guys probably with another live over the weekend too, okay? But check all my channels. Bear Pantry Talk, Babs Bear Talk, The Bear Pantry Show, and Joe's channel. Hello, people. Joe here. Before you go, no, I can't log out. I was going to log out. We'll see it later. I wanted to see how many more hours Joe needed, but he needed like 400 and something watched hours to get to AdSense monetization. And I feel like he can do it by this weekend because he gained 500 plus watched hours in 2 days. So I'm like, if that's 2 days, let's do it again in another 2 days, right? And then your boy gonna be monetized. Hopefully he can get some money for all these videos that's doing well. Okay. This one is ready. The other one's still skinny. Oh, you hear the dog? Let me get some water on this, guys. All right, Cora. Those people are allowed to walk on the sidewalk. You know, you don't own the street. I guess she's back to normal. Put this on the 3rd row. Oh, it's so hot. We're going to put that tray. It's a trashy tray that I didn't throw away because I put water in it, and I put it on the 3rd row when I'm making like baguettes and artisan bread and stuff, and it makes it crusty on the top. I'm not going to put this one in yet because she or he is not ready, but the other one is ready. Coraline Fancy. All our dogs have middle names. And you're lucky we don't have 2 middle names too, because Belizeans get them pick the 2 middle names. Let's see what I missed. Let's see what I missed. Yes, everyone have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe. These crazy drunk drivers are still out. So stay safe. Okay. Cora. It's okay, Cora. It's the trash truck she's barking at. Anyways, guys, look for my video this evening, and I'll see you guys in another live real soon, okay? Bye. All right, Coraline.